Here's something nobody tells you when you start container gardening. Most plants die in pots, not because the gardener did something wrong, but because the plant was the wrong choice from the beginning. The wrong watering requirements, the wrong tolerance for heat or cold or wind, the wrong temperament for life in a restricted root space. That's not your fault. That's a plant selection problem. And today, we're fixing it. I've put together 10 perennials that were practically born for container life. Plants that handle drought when you forget to water, that bounce back after a cold snap, that ask for almost nothing and give back generously every single season. Plants that don't require expertise, just the good sense to choose them in the first place. No complicated care routines, no specialist knowledge, no special skills needed. Let's go. Number 1. Bergenia. Plant number 1 is Bergenia, and I'm starting here because this might be the toughest, most giving, most underrated container perennial that most gardeners have never properly considered. Bergenia produces enormous, glossy, paddle-shaped leaves that look bold and architectural in a pot all year round. But here's the remarkable part. Those leaves change. In summer, they're deep, rich green. Then, as autumn arrives and temperatures drop, they slowly transform, flushing through bronze, crimson, and deep burgundy red. Your container looks completely different in December than it did in July, and you didn't do a single thing to make that happen. Why it's perfect for containers. Bergenia is genuinely indestructible. Drought? Fine. Waterlogging? It handles it. Deep shade? No problem. Scorching sun? Still growing. It thrives in conditions that most plants would consider an insult, which makes it arguably the most reliably successful container plant on this entire list. What you get in return: 3 completely different seasonal displays from one single plant. Lush summer foliage, stunning winter color, and then in late winter or early spring, cheerful clusters of deep pink, magenta, or white flowers that appear before almost anything else in the garden is awake.
The best winter leaf color develops in the coldest, most exposed positions. A little frost actually intensifies the burgundy tones beautifully. Don't coddle it. Let winter do its work.
Number 2. Hardy Geranium. Plant number 2, and before anything else, I need to make one thing very clear. This is not the geranium you're thinking of. This is not the red pelargonium in the window box. This is something far more interesting. Hardy Geranium, specifically the variety called Roseanne, is one of the most awarded, most planted, most consistently recommended perennials of the last 20 years, and for very good reason. It produces those beautiful violet blue flowers with white centers from May through to October. That's 5 solid months of continuous bloom, without deadheading, without feeding every week, without any particular intervention from you at all. Why it's perfect for containers. Hardy geranium forms a naturally mounding, gently spreading habit that softens the edges of pots beautifully. It's not demanding about soil quality, it tolerates some shade, handles dry periods once established, and simply keeps producing flowers with an endurance that seems almost unreasonable for a plant that requires so little. What you get in return: 5 months of vivid violet blue color, attractive deeply cut foliage that often develops warm autumn tints, and a plant that earns its space in the container from first frost to last. The Perennial Plant of the Year award it received was not given lightly. In midsummer, if flowering slows, give the plant a light trim, cutting it back by about 1/3. It will push out fresh growth and a new flush of flowers within 2 to 3 weeks, carrying you all the way through to autumn.
Number 3. Kniphofia. Plant number 3 is Kniphofia, the red-hot poker, and this is the container plant that stops people in their tracks. Those extraordinary torch-like flower spikes, burning orange and red at the top, fading through amber to cool yellow at the base, rise up to a meter or more above the grassy foliage and look like something out of a tropical garden. In a large pot on a sunny terrace, Kniphofia is not just a plant, it's a focal point, a conversation starter, a statement that takes absolutely no horticultural expertise to achieve. Why it's perfect for containers? Kniphofia is a drought-tolerant, sun-loving plant from the grasslands of South Africa, which means it evolved to handle heat, dry conditions, and lean soil without complaint. A pot in a sunny position gives it exactly the sharp drainage and warmth it needs. It doesn't want to be fussed over. It wants to be planted, left alone, and admired. What you get in return? One of the most dramatic vertical flowering statements available in container gardening, from midsummer through autumn. The strap-like foliage is architectural year-round, and the flowers are absolutely irresistible to bees and hummingbirds. In colder climates, tie the foliage loosely over the crown in late autumn, like a thatched roof, to protect the growing point from the very hardest frosts. Untie in spring, and the plant emerges completely unaffected. One simple step, 5 minutes of work. Number 4. Liriope. Plant number 4 is Liriope, and this one has a quiet reputation among professional garden designers that it thoroughly deserves. Liriope produces neat, arching clumps of dark, strap-like evergreen leaves that look tidy and intentional in a container in every season of the year. Not most seasons, every season. Summer, winter, autumn, spring, it simply maintains that clean, architectural appearance without any intervention. And in late summer, it surprises you with upright spikes of small purple or white flowers that look remarkably like miniature hyacinths rising above the foliage. Why it's perfect for containers? Liriope handles shade and sun with equal indifference. It handles drought, it handles waterlogging, it handles poor soil, compacted roots, heat, cold, and neglect. Professional landscapers use it in the most challenging, high-traffic, low-maintenance situations precisely because it is virtually impossible to kill in a container. That's a track record worth paying attention to. What you get in return? Year-round, 4-season interest from a single pot, tidy evergreen foliage all winter, flower spikes in late summer, and the peace of mind that comes from growing something that genuinely looks after itself. In early spring, before new growth begins, run a pair of shears over the top of the clump to remove any winter-tired foliage. It takes 2 minutes, and the fresh growth that emerges beneath looks completely rejuvenated, like a brand new plant. Number 5. Alchemilla. Plant number 5 has one of the most magical qualities of any plant in this video, and it happens every single time it rains. Alchemilla, lady's mantle, has deeply lobed, velvety leaves that are water repellent. After rain, or in the morning dew, perfect silver beads of water sit on the surface of each leaf like tiny mercury spheres, catching the light and trembling with every breeze. It's one of the most quietly beautiful things a garden can offer, and it happens on its own, every time, requiring absolutely nothing from you. Why it's perfect for containers? Alchemilla is completely self-sufficient once established. It tolerates sun and partial shade, handles dry spells without drama, and produces a frothy cloud of tiny lime green flowers in early summer that works as a softening element with almost any other plant in any color scheme. It asks for nothing, it gives continuously. What you get in return?
that extraordinary water-beating leaf magic in every season. Soft, foamy lime green flowers that spill beautifully over container edges in early summer, self-seeding that fills gaps in your garden for free, and the kind of quiet daily beauty that makes a garden feel genuinely alive. Cut Alchemilla back hard after its first flush of flowers in early summer, right down to the base. Within 2 weeks, a fresh flush of beautiful new leaves emerge, looking exactly as good as they did in spring. Clean, lush, and ready for the rest of the season.
Number 6. Gaillardia. Plant number 6 is Gaillardia, the blanket flower. And if you want the most outrageously colorful, most relentlessly flowering container perennial available in full sun, you've just found it. Gaillardia produces bold, daisy-like flowers in a combination of fiery red, burnt orange, and brilliant gold, each petal tipped and banded in colors that look almost painted on. And it doesn't just produce a flush of them, it blooms continuously, from June all the way through to the first hard frost, in a display of color and energy that is genuinely difficult to match. Why it's perfect for containers. Gaillardia evolved on the hot, dry prairies of North America, which means heat and drought are not problems for this plant. They are its preferred conditions. In a container in full sun, with moderate watering and decent drainage, it performs better than almost anything else in the heat of midsummer, when many plants are slowing down. The hotter and sunnier the spot, the happier it is. What you get in return: 5 to 6 months of intense, continuous color. A plant that actively improves in the heat that challenges other container plants. Flowers that bees and butterflies visit constantly. And a pot that looks genuinely spectacular with almost no effort at all. Deadheading spent flowers every week or so keeps Gaillardia producing new blooms at its fastest rate. But even without deadheading, it keeps flowering. It just does it even better with a little encouragement.
Number 7. Veronica. Plant number 7 is Veronica, Speedwell, and this one deserves far more attention than it typically receives. Veronica produces upright, elegant spikes of tiny flowers in shades of vivid blue-violet, soft pink, and white from early summer right through to late summer. That blue, a clear, true, saturated blue that holds its color in full sun, is genuinely difficult to find in the perennial world. And in a container where it sits at eye level, rather than getting lost in a border at ground level, that color has real visual impact. Why it's perfect for containers? Veronica is a compact, well-behaved plant that stays tidy in a pot without sprawling, staking, or needing to be cut back mid-season. It tolerates dry conditions once established, thrives in full sun, and doesn't need rich or specially prepared soil. It simply grows, flowers, and looks good, which is exactly the brief for this list. What you get in return? Months of genuine blue-violet color, one of the rarest and most valuable tones in any garden palette. Dense, vertical flower spikes that create real structure in a container arrangement. And a plant that pollinators visit obsessively from the moment the first spike opens. After the main flush of flowering, cut the spent spikes down to the base of the plant. Side shoots will develop and produce a second, smaller wave of flowers in late summer, extending the season without any additional work.
Number 8. Crocosmia. Plant number 8 has a name that tells you exactly what you're in for: Crocosmia lucifer, and it lives up to it completely. Lucifer produces tall, arching stems that carry sprays of blazing red-orange tubular flowers in midsummer, vivid, dramatic, and utterly impossible to ignore in a large container. Before flowering, the upright sword-like foliage adds real architectural presence to your patio from spring onward. After flowering, the seed heads and foliage age through amber and gold into autumn. It's a 3-season performer, and it does all 3 seasons entirely on its own. Why it's perfect for containers? Crocosmia grows from small corms that multiply naturally underground each year, meaning your container display gets denser, more flowering, and more spectacular with each passing season, without you doing anything at all. It handles drought, handles heat, and handles some shade. In a large pot in a sunny or lightly shaded position, it establishes quickly and then rewards you with increasing generosity every summer. What you get in return? Fiery midsummer color unlike almost anything else in the container garden, structural foliage from spring to autumn, a plant that hummingbirds and butterflies compete for access to, and a display that grows richer and more impressive all by itself, year after year.
Every 3 to 4 years, lift and divide the corms in spring. You'll find a dense cluster is formed. Separate them and repot, and you'll have several new containers worth of plants for free, each one flowering at full strength within a season.
Number 9. Dianthus. Plant number 9 brings something that most container plants simply can't offer: fragrance powerful enough to stop you in your path. Dianthus, garden pinks, has been grown in cottage gardens for centuries, and the reason is obvious the moment you get close to it. Those fringed, intricately patterned flowers in shades of pink, red, white, and bicolor carry a warm, spicy clove-like scent that is one of the most evocative fragrances in the entire plant world. A pot of Dianthus near a garden seat or front door doesn't just look beautiful, it changes the entire sensory atmosphere of the space. Why it's perfect for containers? Dianthus is a compact, well-behaved plant that forms neat silver-gray foliage mounds that look attractive even between flowering periods. It loves sharp drainage, which a pot naturally provides, thrives in full sun, and tolerates dry conditions with minimal complaint. It's genuinely one of the most container-compatible perennials available, combining low water needs with outstanding ornamental value. What you get in return? Fringed, jewel-like flowers from late spring through summer, that extraordinary fragrance, and silver-gray foliage that looks tidy and elegant year-round. A plant that asks almost nothing and offers something genuinely rare: beauty you can smell. Deadhead Dianthus regularly, and it will flower for months. After the main summer flush, cut the whole plant back lightly to encourage a second wave of blooms in early autumn. The fragrance in that second flush is just as powerful as the first. Number 10. Sempervivum. We close with the plant that takes low maintenance to a completely different level. Not just low maintenance, practically no maintenance. Sempervivum, the house leek, forms the most geometrically perfect rosettes you've ever seen on a living plant. Tight, symmetrical spirals of fleshy leaves in greens, reds, silvers, and purples that look sculpted rather than grown. Collected in a shallow bowl or trough, different varieties create a living tapestry that stops people in their tracks. Why it's perfect for containers? It evolved on rocky alpine ledges with almost no soil and no regular water. A pot is practically luxurious by comparison. No watering routine, no feeding, no deadheading, and cold hardy through temperatures that destroy most other plants. Go on holiday for a month, come back and find it quietly multiplying on its own. What you get in return? Year-round living sculpture, endless free offsets to repot and share, and the complete peace of mind that comes from a plant that genuinely thrives on being left alone. Its only real enemy is sitting water. Make sure the container drains well.
Everything else, including forgetting it exists, is absolutely fine.
Ten plants, 10 completely different personalities, and one thing they all share: they genuinely don't need much from you. What I hope you take from this video is not just a plant list, it's a mindset shift. Because the secret to a beautiful, low-maintenance container garden was never about developing expert skills or spending more time. It was always about choosing plants that are naturally suited to the conditions you can realistically provide. A pot that dries out occasionally, a spot that gets a bit of shade, a busy week when watering gets forgotten. These are not failures. These are normal. And every plant on today's list was chosen specifically because it handles normal, happily, reliably, and beautifully. You didn't need to be a better gardener. You just needed the right plants. If this video helped you, please hit like and subscribe for more no-nonsense guides like this one. And drop a comment below. Which of these are you adding to your containers first? I genuinely love to know. Happy planting! You've absolutely got this.